Here was the restart of Heat 2B, which restarted after a rather lengthy delay. Now, as you watch here, you can see Stephen David is coming up to the start line, but Bustler's in the back, lost power all of a sudden, regained it, and then got back up on plane. But by that time, as you can see, with a speed of 115 miles per hour, Arc Construction had enough of an advantage at the beginning of the race that he didn't really have to do anything but test the waters and test the boat. So the way they finished, Arc Construction, 625 points, Bustler's Enterprises, 427, and the work continues in the pit area in this wild Pontiac Thunder on the Ohio. The Pico American Dream being repaired. Will be back in a moment. Welcome back to Evansville, Indiana, where there has definitely been trouble in River City. All sorts of trouble. For instance, look at Mike Jones. He knows his boat's not going to make it back in today. There's also damage to the Target Store's boat of Ken Muscatel. They're working feverishly on that one. And then, of course, there's the Master Tire boat, which lost the entire left side. Fortunately, the rescue crews got out there, got Mitch Evans taken care of, and also got the boat back to shore. But a lot of work yet to be done on that one.
As we mentioned at the top of the show, Evansville has always been sort of a Budweiser town when it comes to celebrating unlimited hydroplane wins. And on hand in Evansville, August Bush III to check out the Miss Budweiser operation. This is the 34th season that Bernie Little has teamed up with Anheuser-Busch and Budweiser. It's the longest owner-sponsorship partnership in motorsports.
What's three? You must know what that is.
And on the midway, a testament to the Budweiser horsepower, Kenny Bernstein's top fuel dragster, part of the Budweiser Motorsports display. And of course, horsepower of a different variety, the Budweiser Clydesdale, part of the Four Freedoms festivities.
Well, another guy from the Budweiser team looking for more horsepower is Mark Evans. He got left on the line and finished third in Heat 2A. He talked about that start.
We came up to the start, and the guys took off and ran without us. The boat started picking up, but we're just going to have to come up with a little bit more acceleration. I'll be a little more aggressive on the throttle. You can jump the gun once and not get a penalty, so we might play with that. But we need some more ponies here, boys.
Well, Dick, the question has been answered. The Target Stores with Ken Muscatel has been repaired and comes out again on the Ohio River with a Pico American Dream in 3A in lane 1, Miss Budweiser lane 2. Target Stores will take lane 3. Miss Exide will not start. They could not repair the boat. Outside, it's Bustler Enterprises with Rick Christensen.
So Bustler Enterprises will be the pace boat. Now, it's one of the slower boats out there with a rookie driver, so it's a little bit tougher for the fast boats to come up. As you look down from the Labatt's eye in the sky, here comes the green flag, and they're off. And again, the challenge is on the inside. It's Pico American Dream, the blue boat, and the red rocket in lane number 2 is Mark Evans in the Miss Budweiser. Let's see what Pico does coming out of the turn onto the back stretch. As he gets into it, he is again powering on very hard, but Mark Evans, Jim, is not giving him an awful lot of room.
No, he's not, and that was a better start for Mark Evans in the Budweiser as they come down now. Looking a little loose there for Pico American Dream in turn number 2 as he comes around the apex and comes around to complete lap number 1.
Now, this boat is operating for Dave Villwalk at perfection. He told me before he loves the way this boat is handling. This is not the boat that won the Gold Cup in Detroit. This is a brand new boat. He had the engine tweaked and everything seems to be in operation for him. He is doing a great job at driving it also, but you can tell he feels that boat like it's some sort of a glove on his hand. He's responding without even thinking to it. Again, the Miss Budweiser takes a little bit of rough water as they go around.
Our Zodiac lap speed for the Pico American Dream, driven by Dave Villwalk, 151 mile an hour. Our Labatt's blue eye in the sky shows our 4th place boat. It is the Bustler Enterprises with Rick Christensen.
Running 3rd place out there is the Target Store boat, now repaired, and here's your leader. He's going to be coming around for the white flag, which means one more lap to go. Dave Villwalk, look at the way he dances that boat across the top of the water as compared to the Miss Budweiser, who had a speed of 144 miles per hour, which was about 7 miles an hour slower than Pico in lap number 1. But Pico, you can see he's really got that boat light out there coming across. Miss Budweiser seems to be sitting a little bit firmer in the water. A good shot as you look down on the field aerial. It looks great.
Do you know that if they put those front wings down hard, There's 2,000 pounds on the nose of a boat, and that'll slow you down about 10 miles an hour.
It'll also bring that front end down, which is something they have to be concerned about. But if you see that horizon leave you, you've got a problem, because you're not going to get the boat to react quite that fast. Here comes the winner coming around for the checkered flag. Dave Vilwalk, who has had a tremendously strong season so far, takes another heat win in Heat 3A in the Pico American Dream. He's really got that boat going. Second place goes to the Miss Budweiser, driven by Mark Evans. He's done a good job of working that boat.
Our Fruit of the Loom scoreboard shows Pico America Dream with 1,100 accumulative points. Second place to Miss Budweiser, Target Stores, and then Bustler.
And there you see your winner as the safety crew goes out to escort the boat into the dock. There's second place, the Miss Budweiser. Some good racing without the Smokin' Joes that time, but that boat is getting ready to go out on the course as Mark Tate gets aboard. We'll be back.
On the docks with the winner of Heat 3A is Steve Montgomery.
Pretty good day, but there's one pretty important race left, Dave.
Yeah, well, that's all we can do. We'll see what lane choice does, and we'll just try to tune the boat up just a little bit more so we can try to maybe pass that. Well, it looks like Smokin' Joe's will be on the inside. We got to run around the outside, and that's a big task. But we're going to go back and work on it and see if we can't put this Pico boat out front in the final.
Let's go inside the Smokin' Joe's boat from the in-cockpit camera. He is on the course over at the Budweiser camp. Let's catch up with Mark Evans.
Looks like you might be headed for lane 3 in the final. Any
Looks
chance
like
out there?
Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know, man. Lane 1 might not be the place to be, but we'll see how the draw, you know, how the rest of the guys pick and kind of go from there. But, you know, decent wind. You know, we don't have a bunch of wind, but it's sure stirring it up. Big holes down at this end, but normal type of racing.
Well, on board the DeWalt Tools entry driven by Mike Hansen on the warm-up lap for Heat 3B. You can see he's got pretty good water out there. Steve David's Arc construction boat heading out. Earlier, Steve Montgomery took a closer look at this particular entry.
The multi-wing design in an unlimited hydroplane means that the center section of the boat does not run all the way from the front clear back to the transom. This center section is a ram wing, shaped like an airplane wing that provides lift the same way it does in the aircraft industry. The canards that we find on the front of most of the boats are back here now on the trailing edge of this wing, and then, of course, there's a big hole before we get to the transom. Now, Steve David, in the early 90s, this was thought to be the future of unlimited hydroplane racing. 6 years later, it doesn't appear to be. What do you think?
Some things have changed with the rules, of course. They started restricting the fuel, and we lost about 500 or 600 horsepower. This design was meant to have a lot of horsepower. Now we're making it work with less horsepower. And it's kind of a Jekyll or Hyde thing. We did set the world record with this boat. It is the fastest boat there is, but it's not consistent on all race courses, and we've got to make it work with less horsepower. Rather than running what everybody else is, we prefer to go this innovative way and see if we can make something happen.
It's not happening for Mike Egret. He's having problems. He'll not start here at Heat 3B. As we look at the starting lineup, Dick, and they're coming down, and it's down to 3 boats: Smokin' Joe's, Arc Destruction, and DeWalt Tools.
So we'll see if we can get the green flag this time around. They are leaving lane number 2 open. That's where Mike Egret would have been in the Wellborn Health Plans boat. There's the green flag, and they are off. And it's going to be the 2 boats on the outside that'll be battling for the honor of winning. Steve David, as we look down from the Labatt Eye in the sky, has the lead momentarily. Let's see if he can get Smokin' Joe's caught off. He cannot. As they come around the turn, you can see Smokin' Joe's in lane number 1 has taken the lead. Here's the camera on board the DeWalt Tools with Mike Hansen. You can see the rooster tails to his left. That's what he's concerned with. He's got to stay outside of those, past the danger point, try to find good water, and try to find more speed.
They're into the turn now. You can see that rooster tail actually raising as the skid fin on the left of the Arc Destruction, which is the boat on the left of DeWalt Tool here. Now it's the reverse as we look at it from another angle. Your leader is coming around to complete lap number 1. That is the Smokin' Joe's, followed by Arc Destruction and DeWalt Tool.
Actually, Arc Construction is hanging in there with him pretty well, about 3 to 4 boat lengths back most of the time on the course. And we have to look at Smokin' Joe's as being an extremely fast boat. It was top qualifier out here. They've really got that boat operating well, and there you see the ride he's getting inside as compared to the ride that Mike Hansen was getting on the outside. This is very smooth. It's good water.
Zodiac lap speed 146 on lap number 1 for Smokin' Joe. And remember, he's the defending champion of this event, having broken the Budweiser string of 5 straight victories last year.
There you get an aerial view of the 3 boats that are racing in this one, and and you can see 140 miles per hour for Art Construction, Steve David. Steve would like to get a little more speed on that boat, but he told me before the races started today, their one goal is to make it to the final. So we may be holding back on the equipment just a little bit.
Again, as we look down from the Labatt Eye in the Sky, you can see 1, 2, 3, and inside the third place boat, DeWalt Fuels with Mike Hansen driving.
Mike Hansen doing a good job just holding it in there because this guy has got a very, very sore rib cage. He had some rib injuries when he bounced around in qualifying and testing earlier in the week. As you can see, he fights the wheel around the turn because he's going against the pressure of the skid fin as the boat tries to slide out on him. He actually has to force the boat back in to make that turn. I can kind of compare it to the old dirt racers where they used to let that back end slide out. You can also see the canard just to his left as it's kind of bouncing up and down a little bit. He's got a foot on that pedal. He's trying to adjust that airflow across the nose of the boat as he goes around. Here is your winner coming across the line. This is the winner of Heat 3B, Smokin' Joe's. Well, it kind of gives a little wave to the crowd out there. Maybe that was a victory wave, maybe not. Art Construction with Steve David coming in second.
Our Fruit of the Loom scoreboard shows the order of finish in the right column. Here's the total points towards the O'Doul's High Point Championship run.
Mike Egrick getting towed back in, but we've got lots of racing yet to go. Steve is with the winner from Heat 3B.
Mark, it looks like you'll have lane choice in the final now. Is there any doubt where you want to be?
Well, we couldn't beat him from the outside earlier. Lane 1's pretty sloppy out there, but I think on this racetrack, that's the place to be.
It looks like you fast guys, whoever's on the inside has a tremendous advantage. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
Well, it looks that way, but, you know, Dave's been running strong. His last time out, he ran a really quick lap out there in the first lap. So it's a boat race. Anything can happen.
It certainly can. And talking about boat race, here's the Competition Cam's Unlimited Light Final. The boat's coming down to take the green flag, and it looks like it's going to be a good start. It is, and they are off and running. Right off the bat, they've got stiff competition going into the first turn. You can see the boat on the outside trying hard to get his speed going because he knows he's got a lot of boats sitting inside him that'll even up as they come around the turn. This is always the toughest spot in the Unlimited Lights. When they hit that first turn, everybody wants to jockey for position. The ideal spot is to be inside so you get a lesser run. You can see there the Charlie Wiggins on the inside. Dennis Macy gets around him on the outside. So Dennis took advantage of a little extra speed as they went.
Our Labatt Eye in the Sky shows that all of these races are pretty close, battling from second to fourth place. This is the last step. This is like the AAA baseball team. From here, you go up to the Unlimiteds. The difference is it's turbine-powered in the Unlimiteds. These are automotive-powered boats. They're a little noisier, they're exciting, and the competition, Dick, when they race with us on these courses, is always good.
Yeah, and it's good speed, too, but these boats being smaller and lighter, they bounce all over the place, and it's really quite a shocking ride. It's interesting that when the drivers move up into the Unlimiteds, I've been told that actually you have to be very careful because the Unlimited tends to be a little bit like a pillow, so they're not as violent, and therefore you kind of lose a sense of speed. Right at the moment, Miss Pontiac, Mark Webber out in third place. You can see the battle is still between Dennis Macy and Charlie Wiggins. Wiggins on the inside, Macy leading on the outside in lane number 2. He is doing a good job of driving that boat, and he's bouncing around quite a bit. He does have the advantage of a little bit smoother water when you're out front like that. When you're back in the pack, like some of these boats are, when you have 6 and 8 boats starting on this course, you're going to get some pretty rough water back there.
In 1, 2, 3 running order is Dennis Macy and Dennis the Menace, Charlie Wiggins in the high pressure, and Mark Webber coming across in Miss Pontiac.
Mark getting a little bit of a bouncy ride out there. He's got to go to the outside of the course to try to catch him. But as it is right now, Macy has taken over the lead in the Dennis the Menace boat.
Most of these Unlimited Lights, Dick, have followed suit and are encapsulating the driver with that canopy. As we look at Charlie Wiggins, has just lost the cowling off his engine, but he keeps on running, trying to catch up. to the lead boat, which is Dennis Macy and Dennis the Menace.
There you get a good shot of Dennis as he continues to pile on. Now, you'll notice Dennis does not have a canopy on his boat. Most of the boats do have the canopies. Some of them do not. They're still transitioning. There is the boat that lost the cowling. There's your leader one more time. And this, oh, it looked like Charlie Wiggins hit a buoy. Charlie Wiggins may have hit a buoy in the high pressure. We'll see how they score it. There is your winner, though, coming around for the checkered flag. This is Dennis the Menace, the name of the boat. The driver is Dennis Macy. He is one happy guy. That's one thing. Without having that canopy, he can get that fist in the air. Now, we just got word that Charlie Wiggins did hit that buoy, so he has been moved back a lap. That means Miss Leroy has now finished in 3rd place.
And as a result of the extra lap penalty, our order of finish, the top 5 here in the competition CAMS finals, the Menace, Miss Pontiac, Miss Leroy, Pocket Mechanic, and Wannabe.